Let's be real. Every man may act like he's got everything figured out when it comes to intimacy, but here's the secret. Most of the time, he's silently wishing you'd take the lead in ways he's too shy to admit. Just like a video game joystick, he wants you to play, explore, and surprise him, but he'll never actually hand you the instructions manual. That's where your power comes in. So, the next time you find yourself holding his joystick, remember it's not about following a script. It's about confidence, curiosity, creating experiences, and making him feel safe enough to let go. Because when you master those 4 things, you're not just playing a game, you're winning it. When it comes to intimacy, one of the biggest secrets men keep tucked away is just how much they want a woman to take control with confidence. Now, most guys will never admit this outright, because they've been conditioned to believe they always need to be the leader, the one driving the moment, the one in charge. But deep down, when they're with someone they trust, they long for the thrill of surrender. They want to feel what it's like when you step into the driver's seat, when you make the decisions, and when you show them that you know exactly what you're doing. That surge of confidence you bring isn't just attractive, it's magnetic. It takes the pressure off of him, it excites him, and it makes him feel like he can finally let go of control without losing his masculinity. Think about how often men are expected to take charge in every aspect of life, at work, with friends, in social situations, even when ordering food at a restaurant. He's constantly carrying that weight of responsibility. So, when it comes to the private moments between you and him, one of the greatest gifts you can give is showing him that he doesn't always have to be the one in command. He secretly loves the idea of you surprising him, deciding the pace, shifting the rhythm, and showing him you're not afraid to lead. That power play doesn't diminish his role, it heightens his excitement, because it taps into a side of him that rarely gets attention. Confidence is what transforms ordinary actions into irresistible ones. It's not just about what you do with him, it's how you do it. When you move with certainty, when you don't second. Guess yourself, when you lean into your decisions with boldness, it sends a message straight to his core. I'm not afraid to explore you, and I know exactly how to bring you pleasure. That message is intoxicating because it allows him to relax, to trust, and to experience you in a way that feels adventurous rather than routine. And here's the twist. Confidence doesn't mean being aggressive or forceful. It means being sure of yourself, being playful with intention, and embracing the fact that you're the one steering the energy in that moment. It could be as simple as holding eye contact a little longer, changing the pace when he least expects it, or guiding his hands exactly where you want them to be. Each act of confident leadership tells him he can let go of control and just enjoy the ride. Deep down, that's what he's craving. Not just physical stimulation, but the electric thrill of knowing you wanted to take him on a journey he didn't see coming. When it comes to intimacy, monotony is the silent killer. Imagine playing the same video game over and over, but only ever pressing one button. You'd lose interest quickly. Men feel the same way in their most private moments, even if they don't say it out loud. What he secretly wants from you is not just attention, but playful curiosity. He wants you to explore, to experiment, to treat him like an adventure worth discovering rather than a routine you've memorized. This doesn't mean reinventing the wheel every single time, but it does mean sprinkling in surprises, variety, and little touches that make him feel like you're genuinely invested in learning what excites him on a deeper level. Playfulness is the key here. When you bring a sense of lighthearted fun to intimacy, it removes pressure for both of you. He doesn't feel like he's being judged, and you don't feel like you're performing. Instead, it becomes a shared experience of discovery. That's what fuels his attraction, not just the physical act, but the energy of being with someone who's daring enough to press new buttons, try new rhythms, and even laugh along the way when something unexpected happens. In his mind, that playfulness makes you unforgettable because you're not approaching him with a script. You're approaching him with curiosity and presence. Curiosity also tells him something profound. that you want to know him. Not just the surface level version, but the unique reactions, the small details, the way his body and mind respond in moments of closeness. When you take the time to notice his subtle shifts, the way his breath quickens, the way his muscles tense, the way his eyes close when you do something differently, you're showing him that his pleasure matters to you. That makes him feel valued in a way he rarely admits but deeply craves. It's the difference between just doing something to him and truly doing something with him. This sense of exploration also gives him the space to drop the facade that he's always in control. By switching things up, you keep him guessing. He can't predict what's coming next, and that unpredictability sparks excitement and heightens his arousal. The truth is, men love to feel a little off balance in intimacy because it means they're completely present in the moment. And when you're the one guiding that unpredictability with playful curiosity, you become the source of that rush. You're no longer just his partner in intimacy. You're his favorite adventure, the one game he'll never get bored of playing. Most people assume intimacy revolves around one thing, the joystick itself, but here's the truth. Men secretly crave so much more than just physical stimulation in one area. They want you to engage their entire body, their entire mind, and every single one of their senses. When you go beyond just touching him physically and start crafting an experience, you ignite something deeper that he won't ever forget. It's the difference between a simple encounter and a full body memory that stays with him long after the moment is over. Think about it. Touch is powerful, but what about your voice? A whisper in his ear, a playful comment, or even a low tone of confidence can send shivers down his spine before you've even laid a hand on him. Your words have the ability to amplify the entire experience, making him feel both desired and completely wrapped in the energy you're creating. Then there's eye contact, the unspoken connection that can feel more intimate than anything physical. Holding his gaze while you explore him builds a level of intensity that tells him you're not just going through the motions. You're fully present, fully engaged, and fully connected. Your sense of touch can also go far beyond the obvious. A slow trail of your nails across his skin, a gentle scratch down his back, or even the contrast of soft and firm touches creates a roller coaster of sensations. He doesn't just want the act itself. He wants the journey of being surprised by your hands, your mouth, your fingertips, all the ways you can keep him guessing. The variety makes him feel like every moment with you is unique, and that's exactly what he secretly longs for. Not routine, but richness. And then there's scent. It's underrated, but it's one of the most powerful ways to embed a memory into someone's mind. The faint trace of your perfume, the warmth of your skin, or even just the natural scent of your body in close proximity. All of this ties into the experience he's having with you. Long after you're gone, that scent can bring him right back to the memory, making the moment unforgettable. When you engage all of his senses, sight, sound, touch, taste, and smell, you create something layered and multidimensional. It's not just physical pleasure, it's an immersive experience. Men rarely ask for this because they don't know how to put it into words, but they feel it when it happens. What he secretly wants is for you to step into that role of creator, to take what could be simple and turn it into something extraordinary, to awaken parts of him he didn't even realize were waiting to be touched. That's the magic of engaging all his senses. It transforms intimacy into something far more powerful than he ever expected. One of the deepest secrets men carry in intimacy is that they often don't feel comfortable voicing what they truly want. They're afraid of being judged, of seeming too needy, or of crossing a line that might make them look awkward or selfish. Society tells men to be strong, stoic, and in control. So when it comes to expressing their private desires, many of them hold back. But what he secretly wants more than anything is permission to let go, to express himself without fear, to say or show what turns him on without worrying that you'll think less of him for it. When you give him that safe space, you unlock an entirely new level of connection that goes far beyond the physical. Think about how freeing it is when you feel accepted for your quirks, your desires, your fantasies. The same applies to him. Maybe he wants to try something new but doesn't know how to ask. Maybe he wants to be more vocal but feels embarrassed about making too much noise. Maybe he has fantasies that he has never shared with anyone before. When you encourage him to express himself, you're telling him, I accept all of you, not just the polished, put-together version you show the world. That acceptance is intoxicating because it allows him to relax into vulnerability, a space where true intimacy begins. The permission you give him doesn't have to come in big, dramatic ways. It can be as simple as encouraging his sounds of pleasure instead of quieting them, responding positively when he shares something he likes, or asking gentle, curious questions that show you actually care about his experience. By doing this, you're dismantling the walls he's built over years of conditioning, showing him it's safe to be open, safe to be real, safe to let his guard down with you. That freedom becomes addictive because it's rare for him to feel that kind of acceptance. And here's the beauty of it. When he feels safe enough to express himself, he gives even more back to you. His energy, his passion, his focus, his presence. They all deepen because he's no longer holding back. He's no longer in his head, second, guessing himself or censoring what he feels. Instead, he's completely immersed in the moment with you. That's what makes the experience unforgettable, because it's not just about technique, it's about the raw honesty of two people connecting without fear or restraint. Giving him permission to express himself doesn't just unlock his pleasure, it unlocks a deeper bond that he will always associate with you and only you. When we step back and look at the bigger picture, what becomes clear is that intimacy isn't just about technique, it's about connection. It's about knowing that men, despite the image they project of being in control, secretly long for moments where they can let go. They want confidence from you, they crave curiosity, they desire experiences that engage all of their senses, and most of all, they want the safety to express who they really are. These are not just physical needs, they are emotional truths. And when you understand that, you realize the joystick isn't just something to be played with, it's a metaphor for unlocking every part of his being that he doesn't show to the rest of the world. So many relationships fall flat because people get stuck in patterns. They repeat the same gestures, the same routines, the same predictable cycles until passion fades and connection feels shallow. But when you're willing to be bold, to lead with confidence, to explore with curiosity, and to create experiences that stimulate his mind as much as his body, you rewrite that story. You remind him that intimacy is alive, that it's supposed to be an adventure, that every encounter can feel new and exciting if you dare to step out of autopilot. This is what separates fleeting attraction from unforgettable passion. And perhaps the most powerful part of all is what happens when he feels safe enough to open up with you. When he realizes that with you, he doesn't have to perform, doesn't have to hide, doesn't have to suppress who he is. He starts giving you more of himself than he's ever given to anyone else. That kind of openness breeds trust, and that trust deepens love. You're not just the person he desires. You become the person he admires, the person he confides in, the person he feels completely alive with. That's the kind of connection that not only makes intimacy thrilling, but also builds unshakable bonds outside of the bedroom. At the end of the day, the joystick is just a symbol. What he secretly wants isn't only about pleasure, it's about surrender, playfulness, adventure, and freedom. It's about knowing that with you, he doesn't just experience intimacy, he experiences liberation. When you embody these principles, you don't just win his attention for a night, you win his devotion for a lifetime. And that, ultimately, is the game worth playing. Thank you so much for watching this video. Your support means the world. If you found value in this content, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. It really helps the channel grow and allows me to keep creating videos that inspire and guide you. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Drop a comment below and let me know your favorite takeaway from today's topic. Your feedback not only motivates me, but also helps others learn from your perspective. And don't forget to hit the notification bell so you never miss out on the latest insights, tips, and relationship advice. Together, we're building a space of growth, connection, and real conversations. Until next time, thank you once again for being here. Stay confident, stay curious, and keep creating unforgettable connections. Goodbye for now, and I'll see you in the next video.